In art, is a cat just a cat? A horse, just a horse? From antiquity to modern times, paintings of animals make up an important part of art history. And today, we'll be exploring a few animals that have captured the minds of artists from east to west. And our journey begins a few kilometers east of downtown Beijing's Sanlitun village. The Beijing Fine Art Academy houses a vast collection of artworks by Qi Baishi, one of China's most beloved and well-known artists of the 19th and 20th centuries.
We're now standing at the old Beijing Fine Art Academy, which established in 1957. The Beijing Fine Art Academy owns over 2,000 pieces of Qi Baishi's work. And from all those paintings, you can see the special part of Qi Baishi is actually he paints all the little things in daily lives. He paints insects next to carrots. For example, like peaches and all the fruits.
Qi is known for his meticulous depiction of small insects, and today we get to see a few of his delicate insect paintings up close.
This is the cricket that people always talk about.
Yeah, the one and only front-faced cricket. Even the Western art and Eastern art, they paint the cricket like the insects. You usually paint on the sideways. So look at the side, you can see all the details of the leg. But not many artists, especially Chinese artists, painted like the front face cricket. So it's like the cricket looking directly at you, like me looking directly at you right now. So the reason I chose this painting to show you and give you an idea is Qi Baishi never learned linear perspective like Da Vinci did. However, Qi Baishi himself knows about perspective. So when you see the details, you can tell all the perspectives are correct. From all the details, the legs, the connection, and you can even see the hairs on the leg.
I wish I had a magnifying glasses because it's so finely painted.
Every time this painting put out on exhibition, we put on a small equipment next to it, so you can look at the details.
I really want to give our viewer a perspective of how big this cricket is. So if you compare with my thumb, it's very
like
tiny, right?
If you look closely, each part of his body, Qi Baishi actually left a little blank. So it's not like all the arms and legs are fully connected. In that way, you can feel the air breathing, so that creates the feeling of the life of the insects. Especially if you look at the Qi Baishi's cricket and in comparison with the Western paintings, for example, like Baroque painting Jan van Kessel, and he painted insects. If you compare with his insects into Qi Baishi's painting, you can tell the difference. For the Baroque painter, he's painting a specimen. So painting from a dead animal is like for all the samples he have got to paint.
Insects were often found in paintings of biblical scenes in Western art. They were deemed as symbols for the brevity of life. Sometimes flies also appear in portraits. When it's there, it's an indication that the subject of the portrait had died. Now, starting in the 17th century, some artists extended their talent of painting insects in still lifes into the realm of entomology, promoting insect sciences through illustrative art. Insects depicted in Chinese paintings, however, give off a different vibe. Butterflies, symbols of longevity and beauty. Bees, the sign of hard work. And in Qi's paintings, these tiny animals appear in a playful tone.
I find this very interesting. The composition is horizontally spread out, and you've got a lot of empty spaces over there.
Yeah. The magic of the Chinese blank is to give you imagination. So the Chinese painter leave blank to let you think, to let you imagine what could probably happen. There are many possibilities you can, imagine through this very tiny but long hand scroll.
Shrimps and crabs were also Qi's favorite subjects. Using different shades of ink and swift and purposeful brushstrokes, Qi's arthropods are so lifelike that they seem to be swimming off the page. Even when they're cooked, they still look quite vigorous.
He painted a few paintings at the same subject. The reason for that is because he loves crabs. He's from the Hunan province, People love the river crabs in that region. So even though he moved to Beijing in his late life, he still missed, the hometown food. So he asked the maid every year to buy, when the crab season comes, to buy the crabs so he can take it back home and steam and eat. He already finished 2. I think he have another 2 left, or maybe finish 1. You can see the legs. So yeah, this is a very lively painting.
Wang says if we look at the crabs and lobsters depicted in Peter Class's Still Life, it gives off a completely different vibe.
Well, the cultural meaning is completely different, to be honest. In Chinese, we don't have a still life. In Italian, it's called natura morta. Natura morta means dead nature. None of this looks fresh because in 17th Dutch Golden Age, they have a very popular theme of painting called the vanitas. The vanitas is type of still life painting, shows, carries a lot of meaning of death. For the Western still life, or we say natura morta, is always related with life and death. But for Chinese paintings, we don't do that. I think the difference basically comes from the philosophy and mainly from the religion.
Paintings of insects or crustaceans may carry different symbolic meanings across cultures, but they tend to reflect the artist's interest in the natural world. Now, the next animal in art, which we're going to explore, plays a vital role in the history of mankind. So, why have horses been such a popular subject in art?
一次最早的革命实际上就是马背革命，因为在6000多年前，从人类第一次爬到马背上，然后逐渐的把马进行调训，使它成为我们的交通工具，马就从一个食物的供应者变成了一个力量的供应者。本来每个部落或者是每个国家之间的交流，无论是战争还是贸易，没有马的参与的话，会很困难。所以这实际上是一种革命，这种革命非常根深蒂固地影响到了每一个民族。
European artists of the 18th and 19th century created many iconic equine images. Many of those paintings of stallions were revered for their anatomical precision and noble eloquence. Horses were also spotted in portraits, with the rider depicted as the hero leading his troops to victory. Now, Chinese artists, however, paid homage to horses in a different manner. They focused on likeness in spirit.
我特别喜欢那个宋代的李公麟，他有一张画是《五马图》，那张画是描绘了5种当时进贡的马。他那张画的有点像我们现在的纪录片儿，就是把那个已经发生的事件要用非常准确的方式记录下来。这5匹马的形态呢，看上去好像差不多。但是它在这种简单的形态里面，通过这些马的表情啊，包括鬃毛的不同的形态呀，还有包括这种躯干的这种细微的比例差别，来表现不同的品种。
This fury-tempered steed is one of the most appealing horses in Chinese art. It's Emperor Xuanzong, the most powerful ruler of the Tang Dynasty's favorite charger. As an emblem of China's military strength, this large-scale composition featuring horses on a lush pasture showcases the glory and power of the Qing court. Now, the theme of groom and horse was used to denote the proper use of talent by Chinese literati painters. The reason for that was because expertise in judging fine horses has long been a metaphor in China for the ability to spot men of talent.
我举个例子，宋末元初的一个画家叫龚开，他画过一幅马叫《瘦马图》，也叫《骏马图》。他是一改唐宋以来画马都比较健壮、比较勇猛、比较向上的一种状态。他画了一匹是低头垂目的，一头这个情绪比较低落的老马，很瘦。他其实表现的就是自己，因为当时他是由南宋入元的移民啊，国家被外族入侵，那自己无可依靠，所以这匹马所表现的那种情绪是表现他自己。
From horses and art, we now move on to another animal. A furry being that has been stealing the show long before the age of the internet.
For centuries, cats have captured the minds of artists. Either as a main character or a supporting cast member, these little fur balls have been featured in many works of art.
At the Yanhuang Art Museum, an ongoing exhibition is showing a selection of cat-themed paintings by the preeminent ink artist of the 20th century, Huang Zhou.
黄先生这是写意画，写意画表达画家的一个性情，因为他画很多大幅的作品。猫呢，更多是他小幅作为一种练笔呀，或者一种即兴的一种绘画的一个需求。我们看到他那个猫还是很像自然界的猫，尽管有自己的这种表达，他这个性格很豪气。我们更像说像一个武画，所以画的比较厚实，比较洒脱豪爽。
In ancient China, cats were often found in the homes of both rich and poor. They were pest controllers for the common folk and beloved companions for the nobility. Even most emperors had a soft spot for them.
朱瞻基他是比较我们讲跟徽宗一样，是在历史上以画名留在画史上的少有的几个皇帝之一，而且是画的也不错。你像他也画了好几幅这种猫的题材的作品。还有一个就是沈周，他应该就画的就是一个比较慵懒的团成一团的一个猫，但是猫的一个状态吧，眼神又很机灵的那种状态。
Whether expressive in style or realistic looking, Chinese artists strive to render their cats as how they are in real life.
但我们看西方的有一些绘画，它可能就像你说的，它可以改变猫的一些正常我们逻辑里面的一些行为，包括一些形象。是韦恩的一个单身派对，也画的是猫，然后那个猫吧是拟人化的，它其实就是一个酒吧里面几个猫抽着烟喝着酒的这种状态。这种处理上，我们中国的艺术很少去采用，是我们顶多就是一些情绪上的，不会改变它的一些行为。
The motif of the cat carries special meanings in traditional Chinese art. In ancient China, cat paintings were popular gifts for the aged.
猫蝶图这个是我们国画，尤其是像花鸟题材里面比较常见的一个既定的组合。因为猫蝶它引申为耄耋嘛，其实就是高寿的老人的意思。包括猫也经常会跟像猴啊、跟牡丹呀这种题材去组合。
If you ever come across another Chinese painting featuring cats, butterflies, and peonies, you know it's a painting that is carrying auspicious wishes for longevity and wealth.
From tiny insects to adorable kittens and muscular horses, we've seen how artists in East and West feature animals in art. These paintings are evidence of our fascinations with nature.
They document our relationships with animals, and they're embedded with cultural allegories. So back to our first question at the start of this investigation. Is a cat just a cat? Well, I hope you found your answer. Lin Lin, CGTN.